Well, what are you going to do about this stock?
I'm keeping it. I'm going down with the ship.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about Aitx. Before we jump in to what happened today, I just want to point out, if you type in Aitx do on my channel, you should be able to find this old video from October 4th, 2021. I've been following this stock for almost 3 years. The very first stock I talked about on this channel was Sybil, followed by none other than Aitx due diligence video that came out way back then. So I've been on top of this. Anyone who tells you that I'm just jumping in on the hype, they don't know what they're talking about. I've been on top of this one for a long time. I'll probably make another due diligence video in the future, maybe tomorrow or the next day. But longs will make 100x. I've been on top of this one for a while. I'm gonna make it public again if you want to check that out. I don't know where it's gonna appear, but yeah, that's an old video. You can tell I didn't. I was still using Photopea or Photopea. Photopea, I think is what some people call it. I was using Photopea. Photopea. There we go. I was still using Photopea to make my thumbnails and just slapping on emojis. What am I, Gen Z? But anyways, let's get out of here. That's I've been here for a long time, guys. If anyone tells you otherwise is wrong. And yes, today we did have a massive sell-off, 30% down. I know, I'm pretty sure I saw in the Aitx Discord, people are buying right now down here at 005. I'm not buying. I told you I can be patient. I can wait. We know how the stock likes to move. It loves to have these little run-ups, and then it bleeds, and then it bleeds, and it bleeds, and it bleeds. I don't know if it'll come back down to 0025, 003. If it does, I'll be there. If not, maybe it'll form a new support somewhere at 004, 0035 maybe. But at this point, I'm just gonna sit back and wait. People got way too excited, way too excited. Yeah, this has happened before where we get a nice little breakout and then it just gets completely destroyed the next day, and it usually leads to bleeding, slow bleeding back down to back down to previous support, wherever that may be it 0025 at this point, or it's going to form a new one. So we'll see where buyers step in. On the right hand side, seriously guys, just be patient. I wouldn't recommend buying here right now. I know some people in Aitx Discord are buying here, but that is just silly. Like, do you not know how penny stocks work? They run up and then they just as quickly fall. So, this is just the beginning here. This is just the beginning, guys. Look, back here we got a green day the day after a huge sell-off, and it's still tanked. So nothing to get excited about. Just that, this is how the market works. When you know how the market works, you know not to buy up here. Anyone telling you to buy up here is those people like to hold bags. That's what that means. But total revenue on the right hand side, I didn't know this about Moomoo. I'm using Moomoo charts right now because I think they're continuing Street Smart Edge. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening there. So as you can see, total revenue has been increasing quarter over quarter. The assets to liabilities ratio, which I always talk about, absolutely horrendous. They even have the liabilities to assets ratio, which, like I said in another video, I'm not sure if I've talked about this, but there are people who only make investments based on the ratios, based on the financial ratio. So anyone who looks at the liabilities to assets ratio is gonna look at this stock and go, "Yikes, 600%, 600%." In that's a horrible ratio, by the way. Let me see if I can pull up the annual. Yeah, that's a horrible ratio. There are people who are gonna look at that number and go, 600%. Are you insane? Why would I even touch this? Meanwhile, you have Big Bear over here with 133%. Let's look at DraftKings, 78%. And yeah, you'll notice a lot of these companies, they're under 100%. Let's look at Sunhound. Sunhound, what's going on with you? But yeah, the point is, wow, whoa, are you serious? This is Riot stock. Look at the assets to liabilities ratio on that one. 7%, 12%. Now that's what I'm talking about, which is why I trade that one a lot when it goes under 10. But just wanted to show you some other examples. Some people will look at financial ratios and they're gonna go, "Why would I invest in this AITX crap? Look at the, just look at that ratio. Yikes! I'll just put my money in a Riot clearly." But anyways, that aside, financial statements aside, ratios aside, cash flow aside, still in negatives apparently. All of that aside, we did break out above this big level. Got immediately retraced today on a Friday. I'm sure some of you saw this coming. The Friday sell-off. That's what happens. Even with iList, that happened previously when it had its run on Fridays. People usually tend to sell because they don't want to hold over the weekend. Especially, I guess, Cinco de Mayo. I don't know. I don't even celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I'm Mexican. I just don't care for the holiday. But yeah, it doesn't mean anything to me. What? Ooh, skulls. Ooh, Halloween. I guess I don't know, but I don't even know what Cinco de Mayo is. It's literally just the 5th of the month. Whatever. The point is, let it come down. Be patient. Don't buy here. That just patient. Some of you need to hear this. Be patient. Let it come down. We'll buy it nice, cheap. We'll reload, and we'll wait for the next run. That's all this game is. Think of it like a game. It's a game of patience. If you don't have the patience, you're gonna get absolutely destroyed by buying where it doesn't even make sense. Wait for 003. If it finds a new floor above that, then that's where we will buy. Until it shows us that, all we can do is sit back and wait. I would expect Monday and Tuesday and next week just a slow bleed like we usually do. This was some nice movement here, but sell off was going to happen. I know people were talking about the volume in the AITX Discord. They were talking like, "Oh my God, look at this insane volume." Yeah, but here's the thing: that insane volume, all that buying pressure, that's cool, but it's going to come back as selling pressure at some point, and that's exactly what happened today. Buyers, where were they today? This is your time to shine. This was the first sell-off was going to be the big one. We knew that, and unfortunately, we weren't even able to get past 009 to 1 penny. We weren't even able to get past. We weren't even able to get to 1 penny. That was pretty sad. I was like, we should be able to get a 1 penny, but we didn't. We got as high as 009, and we immediately started getting sold. And I told you guys several times, like, hey, and I think in yesterday's video, I told you we're gonna get a sell off at some point, especially as we get closer to 1 penny, because I know a lot of people with hundreds of millions of shares, people with big positions who have to put in these large sell orders in chunks to sell their entire position, to get rid of their entire everything they got. And you better believe they're gonna want to sell, especially at 300 to 500%. You know, if you put in 10K, you're gonna want to get rid of that 10K or 20K or 30K, and you're gonna have to get rid of it in blocks. Unfortunately, in some cases, if you put in a lot. So I'm not surprised by this, and I would expect more bleeding to come in the coming days, because there are gonna be people who are gonna look at this and go, "Well, I guess that's the end. Let's just sell off." And then it's just going to continue to bleed. That is the pattern, unfortunately, for penny stocks in general, for any stock that has a run. Let's look at, where's Soundhound? Soundhound, where are you? There you are. It had that Nvidia pump. Nvidia invested in this, and we had this huge run, and it has absolutely retraced most of it, and probably going to 60 at some point. Takes time. Got to be patient with it. And the reason I'm talking about Soundhound, another thing is there are some Soundhound. There are people who are invested in Soundhound who actually reached out to me and told me, "Hey, I didn't know AITX existed. Like I didn't know there was another AI. Because Soundhound is an AI company, and they didn't know that AITX exists. You know, you're in your little bubble in the Discord, but the reality is not that many people actually know about AITX." And so some people have reached out to me who watched my Soundhound videos and said like, "Wow, I did not know about AITX. Thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna look into it." But like I said, some people, some more savvy investors, don't just want to gamble. They're gonna look at the ratios, financials. They're gonna really break things down. They're gonna do whatever, use whatever valuation method they're gonna use, and they're just gonna go, "Oh, maybe I'll touch it when things look better." And that's just how it is, right? Everyone has their own strategy, their own way of looking at companies and the markets, financials, etc. With that out of the way, I do want to go over what is it? What did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, no, I did reach out to Steve Reinhardt about doing the interview, and he is not interested. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? I told him, hey, some like me, some don't. When you're not biased, that happens, unfortunately. I approach your interviews professionally, like to keep them short and sweet. Since I know you guys have a lot going on, let me know how it goes. Yep, and shouldn't be anyone's goal to be loved by all, which I totally agree. Just do your thing and the chips will fall where they fall. Thankfully, they fall with a channel that's about to reach 3K, which is like, wow, incredible for how little effort I put into it, if I'm being honest. I don't even use a webcam. Who needs a camera when you have a good face for radio, right? Jokes aside, I'll look at their feedback, then at your vid and so on, and let you know. Thanks, sounds good, let me know. So I watched some of your videos, and you're mainly about the charts, and that's why I'm not interested, because, like, at all, I don't know what we would even talk about. I appreciate the offer, your support, and I wish you the best. And then I replied, oh, that's a bummer. I wasn't going to talk about the charts. We were going to talk about the company, the future financials, reverse splits, the dilution, etc., etc. I was going to prepare a script that you would or someone else would read over, and once approved, we move forward with the interview. That said, thanks for your time, and I look forward to the future of Aitx. Very professional. Keep it up. I like that a lot. Let's see how things go and keep being you. So unfortunately, it's not happening, and I don't blame him. But yeah, that's I was gonna write a whole script and have them approve it, and then we were gonna have the interview. That's gonna happen with Ilis, and I'm gonna reach out to the Sybil CEO as well. And that's just how if I'm gonna do an interview, man, it's gonna be professional. I'm gonna have the webcam on. It's gonna be nice. I'm gonna have the good mic on, the professional broadcast quality mic that Fox News uses, expensive mic. But yeah, like I'll actually try. I'll make the script, and that's just 101. I want to keep my interviews short and sweet and to the point, unlike this video, which I'm totally just dragging it on and on to hit that 10-minute mark, but I am still giving you some information. So yeah, it's not happening, unfortunately. I know some of you did want it to happen, but I mean, not much I can do there. I was looking forward to it. Like, shit, I was going to prepare a whole script, and it was going to be real short and sweet. Like, I hate these hour long, 2 hour long interviews. Like, dude, 2 hours? What the hell? I don't got 2 hours to be listening to two guys talking back and forth. I'm pretty sure I could keep it under 20 minutes and get you as much information out of the CEOs as possible. Especially if you're prepared with a whole script and everything that's already approved by the company or the CEO ahead of time. So look out for all of that. I'm gonna start to do interviews just because I've always wanted to do this, and I feel like I can do better. Just because that's how I am. I'm the kind of guy that will put in the effort. So with that out of the way, AITX, we knew this was gonna happen at some point. I expect more bleeding. It'll come down. We'll buy again. In the meantime, the company itself is growing. You can even see that. I'm gonna start using Moomoo more because of they actually show a lot more. They show more than just the charts. Let me see if I can switch this to the annual. Yeah, the company is growing, as you can see. It is growing. So, uh, wait, this one only shows. Oh, this doesn't show this year. Quarterly, what's the? Yeah. So as you can see, we're growing. We're growing, guys. Especially 2024. Operating income has been okay. Operating income has been. Net income has been okay. We're maybe going to be cash flow positive soon. And what is NI? I've never heard of this. NI to common holders. I don't know what that means. Uh, cash flow. Okay, I think that's it, guys. I'm done eating enough of your time. I'm just exploring this Moomoo app. Never used it. Very interesting that they have a whole analysis section here that I might make use of in the future. But ooh, they have the quick ratio. Let's look at the quick ratio. I'm curious. The quick ratio, yikes! The quick ratio says don't buy. Never mind, guys. Do not buy according to the quick ratio. All right, summary interpretation. I'm gonna explore this app more. The indicator details. So the indicators down here for Moomoo indicate bearish signs. Bearish, severely overbought. This trend is bearish. the RSI barrier. So, like I said, everything is pointing to. I've been pointing to downside. Like, guys, okay, you know, it's important that we get over this level. But when the selling pressure comes in at 1 penny, let's see what happens. We didn't even get there, unfortunately. Uh, this is your time to shine, AITX shareholders. This is where you want to step in and create that new floor up here. If you can't do that, we're gonna go right back down to 003s. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Just take advantage next time. Hopefully, those newer people that are watching this, just wait for it to come down. Be patient. That all this game is, and it's an AI stock. It has so much potential. And I will be doing another due diligence video, a little more intricate. I'll try to keep it under 20, but the problem is when you do due diligence videos, they tend to be a little over 20 because you really have to dig in into all the PRs, all the shareholder letters, videos, tweets, etc., etc. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you've made money on this. I'll see you in the next.